So I know part of what your guys are working on right now is your design process for the shop and what you might want to do as far as the mezzanine goes. And so just, this is a quick one on punching holes in walls and floors. So let's just go to level 2 and cover this. So if you are creating a floor, we've already gone into this. I'm not going to worry what type of floor. I'm just going to draw kind of a generic floor. So let's go that. And then if you wanted to create, much like in this this version where you can kind of see there's a hole in the floor here. If you wanted to create that, essentially it's extremely simple. You just create a closed loop, closed polyline inside of what you've already defined as the boundary, and it automatically acknowledges that as an opening in the floor. Obviously, you can also get extremely fussy with how you create your boundary. You can do anything that you would like. In fact, you can just kind of riff on something, just kind of if you had some kind of desire to create that. It's pretty simple as long as you have a closed loop, and then if you are putting a hole, you have another closed loop. It'll take care of anything that you want. So that's the first thing, is if you were trying to create. In fact, I'm going to get back to I like this one. Now if you were to do something that was a little bit more like the design where I'm trying to punch a hole in this wall, that one's pretty easy too. You just need to get to, in your case it'd probably be a section view. So let's just create a quick section. Alright, and now we'll go to that view, and so I can see that wall. And the reason you want to be in a kind of a section is you want to be able to see kind of the elevation of the wall that you're intending to punch an opening in. And you might notice that there is a couple of things that you can do here. One, if you were just kind of creating a wall that is going to be a soffit, I can do it here. I can kind of roll this up to a certain height. I could create a new level for that soffit. So if I decided that this was going to be a thing that I'm going to use a lot, I might put a soffit height level in here. Now realize that it won't. Where's that? It won't create an actual level unless you tell it to, so that there's no fear of that. But if I needed to reference it, so that essentially I'm going to make a series of walls that want to be connected, now it'll show up here, and so I can apply that. And that was for the top. So that's not really what I wanted to do. But if it was going always to level 2, or if it was going to go, maybe this is not connected and it's always going up 20 feet. But if I wanted the base to connect so that it actually is a soffit, I can connect that. And you can see that that will then in turn create this, essentially what I'm looking for. Alright, but let's just undo that. And let's get back to, if I wanted to punch a hole in this wall. So I'm going to go back to my section, and you'll notice that if I select that wall, I have wall opening. And this acts much like the floor opening acts. So again, I can just draw any kind of opening. So I'm just drawing something a little bit willy-nilly at the moment. So because I can go back and I can modify it. So this part here, I can have align with, say, this soffit. So I can use my align tool and I can lock that in, so it's always going to go to that soffit height. If I have a base height, say that I'm going to create, another level that, whoa, we don't want to do that. That would be that height, then I can, or I can just know that I'm going to create this will always match up, and it may be that it would be better for me to actually build the next piece and then move this up. Well, it's not letting me do that. I'm going to get this further away from the base so that maybe I can grab that triangle appropriately. Alright, it's not wanting to do that, so it's going to force me to kind of put in some numbers. Alright, I'm not sure that's perfect height. I will build the piece and then I'll be able to tell. But I can then start moving this to give me a very specific dimension and do the same over here. And maybe that's kind of the roughly what I want. I do question a bit about whether 7'1", that's perfect. So I can use that as an opening. Nobody's going to hit their head. So yeah, so that's a little bit about walls and floors that you may want to kind of utilize in a design. I'm not going to force fit any of this. I'm going to let your design speak for itself, but I thought this would be a good time to show you that trick.